What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Together, that's how it must be. To live without you would only be heartbreak for me. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. It's back to meet the man tomorrow. You guys already know why we are here. We are here to talk about these Real Housewives of Potomac and the second and final installment of their season 3 reunion. It was not my favorite. First and foremost, you new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And I'd love to have you. If you are my tried and true, welcome back. Shout out to everybody who has been loving on my hair. As you can see, it defies gravity and I love it. I had old sanctified bob for so many years. To have this texture, I just have fun with it. But I thank you guys. Y'all make me smile and lift me up and encourage me down in those comments. So do not forget to comment down below. And let's get started with this. So we open back up with Karen sort of kind of recapping that last little part where she was so broken down in her dressing room about the loss of her parents and more recently the loss of her dad. And Gizelle was in there. I got a chance to see that material on Gizelle's dress up close a little bit. I was like, Gizelle, you got to stay out of JCPenney. If you expect to really get some good reviews from your fashions on this show, you got to stay out of Jacques Penney. I don't know, Gizelle is just seems so insincere to me. Then when she got back to the sofa and she sat down and she needed a tissue to do what, Gizelle? You wasn't crying. You wasn't trying to cry. Like your eyes were not filling up with tears at all. It was the tear that never failed. You know what I'm saying? Like Girl, bye. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out who made her show leader. Like, I really do feel like they're all friends. The old girls are all friends and all cool. Like, deep down inside, they got a pact about this show and they're not going to let it go. You'll pry it out of their cold, dead, middle-aged hands first. But at the same time, I do think that Karen coming out as Grand Dame first season, I think you and Sharice have spent the rest of the seasons trying to bring that girl down a peg or two. And Karen is like trying to hold on to a slippery catfish, baby. She will flip and flop right out of your hands and be right back in that lake again, baby. And you got to rebait that hook and throw it back out there. Okay, and hope she bite. Karen is not going to let you guys pin her down and take her title. She is not. And I applaud her for that. The other thing is, it just pisses me off how Gizelle is allowed to sort of run amok amongst these girls and be as nasty and as vicious as she wants to be. And for some reason, it is understood that no one is allowed to bring up her dirty, messy life. No one is allowed to bring up a lot of the stuff that she have going on. Now, you please tell me how she gonna sit there and hold Monique's feet to the fire about Kendall, and one, she not holding Sharice's feet to the fire. But I already know what that is about, because one, Monique is easier to attack and continue to attack than Sharice is. Number one, Sharice got clout. That is apparent by how many times she was seen this season, and she went on the glamorous trip with them, and she just a friend to the show. Like, really Really, it's apparent how much pull Sharice has to this show, and she couldn't really fight with Sharice this whole show because Sharice was a friend to the show. She was supposed to focus on the girls, and Monique was that girl that she was supposed to focus on, even though Sharice, I think, was feeding the Kendall storyline. I do think she started it, and I do think she stoked it, and unbeknownst to Monique, she got caught up in it. She the one got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. They both went back and forth to that cookie jar, but when the light came on, it was Monique's hand that was caught in it. And that's just what it is. But why would Monique or even Sharice bringing Kendall around be a problem when you don't mind dropping the term blue eyes out there every chance you get? You and Ashley, like, what is the difference? What is the difference? Why does somebody have to answer to you about why they would bring Kendall around, and you don't have to answer as to why you keep spreading this whole blue eyes situation? I just, no, ma'am. I just don't understand why they not tagging her and dinging her every chance they get. Like, and the fact that she would not let that ish go. She kept that ish going. Now, you just working on season 4 at this point. But I want Monique to get good and pregnant. And I want them pregnancy hormones to wear your ass out next season. I really, really do. I really do. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Candace coming back. And I'm looking forward to Candace constantly tagging your ass. I really, really am, girl, because you need to be brought down a peg or two. Now, I'm not really sure why you think you in charge of the girls. You and Ashley, old Raggedy Ann ass. I don't understand that. I didn't understand why every time Robin asked a question, whether it was to the ladies across the sofa or to Ashley right next door, she looked at Gizelle first. Did y'all peep that? She always looking at Gizelle to check Gizelle, because this is conversation that they've had before. When she asked her about how does your mom feel, talking about Ashley, how does your mom feel about you airing her out on the show? She looked at Gizelle. She looked at Gizelle because they've been discussing everybody behind their backs. Like, they think they in charge of the girls, and they know that they kind of run the girls. Like, they debo and tag team the girls together. Okay, that green-eyed monster. And Ashley is really just like a barnacle growing on the side of the beast. Really, you know what I'm saying? She like an old tick or something. I mean, it's old raggedy headed tick. That's all that is. Like, and Ashley has just sucked so much of the venom and meanness out of the girls altogether. She is bulging and ready to pop. That why you would be sitting on here talking about attacking Monique in various ways and attacking Karen, which you are obsessed with Karen. You say you not, but you are obsessed with Karen, and we learned that you've had a miscarriage. Like, you just don't let nothing stop you. And that's what Karen meant when she called you a millennial. And Michael had the nerve to act like he was just so outraged by that comment. Why? She do act like a millennial. She don't act like she give a freak, and she don't have no barriers. She don't have no standards. She don't have no level to which she will not fall below. Yeah, that's real millennial like. If you ask me, now I'm not saying all millennials are that way, but if you go out there on IG and Twitter and all that, y'all will see they do not care. Your kids can get it, your mama can get it, your daddy can get it, they daddy can get it, they can, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. They don't care. Whatever you got to do to be famous, get that bag, that's what you gonna do. And I can see that with Ashley. I hate the fact that she, worked that hard to have a baby, and lost the baby, but at the same time, she gonna say she had a cold uterus. I was like, could it be all of the shade and iciness you've shown Karen and Monique and Candace? Could that be it? And Sharice at times? Because you've been a real ice queen. So perhaps that's why your uterus is so chilly, my dear. Maybe you should try love and kindness. Maybe you should try thoughtfulness. That's always very warming. Thoughtfulness is very warming. Anyway, so yeah, the husbands came out. I ain't like them little white pants and that brocade jacket that Chris had on, Monique's, and them little black shoes. I was like, the two of y'all together is a mismatch pair. Like, y'all don't go together at all. But that soft blush and that gray suit that Chris and Monique had on went together beautifully. Beautifully. I'm sorry, Chris is a round peg and Monique is a square peg. You know what I'm saying? And the two together, like, they work for each other, but I don't like them little boy pants. I just think a grown man with gray in his beard do not need to have them hugging nut pants on. I don't like them little short up the leg pants. Like, you look like you should have been clam digging at the beach. Like, what? Why do you have that on in a formal affair? It's ridiculous. Anyway, Ray always look account sharp. He always look insurance salesman sharp. Every time he come out carrying a full on wedding gown. Okay, and you come out there looking like you are finna add and subtract and Medicare, anyone? Medicaid, Medicaid Advantage. What would you like? And that old sad Gizelle with nobody behind her, and that old idiot looking Robin. I'm like, Robin, where is your wife? Where is your wife, Robin? Why don't you have her here? Okay. Oh, but before the husbands came out, I have just jumped all over. But before the husbands came out, they brought Charisse out, and Charisse looked very, very nice. I think she's a beautiful girl. I like that red dress. When I got up on it and I saw that it looked like it might have been kind of velour type material, I was like, I don't know about that. But her, outside of the color, those shoulder shields, that neck and shoulder shields, her and Monique kind of had that in common. I mean, they ain't friends no more, and Monique wasn't trying to save it this time. She was very, very clear with the fact that she felt like Charisse was lying and she was being dishonest, and she was trying to put her in a position to take the brunt of the fault for everything that went on. With the Kendall situation, Monique, you know, she does a lot of stuff that I don't care for, but you know, one of them is always trying to show her soft underbelly and apologize. It would be a cold day in hell before I apologize to Gizelle. That's never gonna happen. And but you know, she tried to apologize, like, for bringing out the whole Sherman thing, but we was gonna find out. We was gonna know. It would be different if every chance she got, when Gizelle opened her mouth, she was like, what about when your man was getting his dick sucked in the park? Remember that time your man was getting his dick sucked in the park? Do you remember the time your man was getting that Georgia Dome down there in the park? Okay, she had this conversation with Ashley, which was messy. And she had the conversation with Kendall, which was just reconfirming what was going on. Kendall confirmed it, so it wasn't a lie. But that's the one thing I could say about that girl. She did not go below the belt to the point where she was always talking about the fact that your man was locked up for indecent exposure and committing a sex act in a public park after dark. Cause I'd have dinged her with it every time. Where your man at? Probably somewhere getting his dick sucked in the park. Anyway, Charisse got the heck on. They brought the husbands out. I didn't understand why they squolled Charisse over there on that couch with the three-headed dragon. She seemed like she was sitting on the very, very edge of it when they had so much room over there next to pirate shoes. I didn't understand that. But now when we saw how they was arguing, her and Charisse, I guess that's why she did sit over there. Anyway, Sharice will be back next year full time for the show. I am sure of it. I wouldn't mind them running Ashley off. I really, really wouldn't, because her and Michael get on my nerves. So anyway, the husbands come out, and of course they ask Chris, Monique's boyfriend, about his penis, which I was just like, there's nothing brown about his penis. It may be age and mileage. Sometimes you can get a slight dullness with mileage, but it ain't brown. It ain't melanated. I'm just saying it might be great, but it ain't from Wakanda. Chris, very, very nice, very, very thoughtful. It was very touching the way he talked about Monique's miscarriage and how it affected him. And I could see a little shame in Sharice's eyes when he said he really loved Sharice, and that Sharice was his favorite out of all of the ladies. And he was so disappointed with how things went. And Sharice's eyes dropped, and she looked like she wanted to say something. And he said, Monique is very, very loyal, but when she's done with you, she is done with you, and there is no getting back. And Sharice looked like, for a minute, she looked like she regretted the stunt that she pulled, because Sharice is a real stunt queen. She one of them people that'll go and report you to HR and then be coming back to you like, girl, I heard they was talking about like firing you, girl. I don't know what it was. I'll see what I can find out and get back to you. And don't call you till you get home and put your box from all your cube shit there. She be like, girl, I tried to find out, but I couldn't find anything, and then I had to go to a meeting. Now she's majorly shady. But so then they talked to Ray, and they talked about Ray's tax issues, and he kind of cleared it up. I kind of believe what he's saying now. But on the show, he always looked like he wasn't a part of the script, like he didn't read it, like he forgot what they went over. But he seemed like he had a concise answer this go round. I love the way he read watery-eyed Michael. He always looked like he just finished running 3 miles to the show. Like his eyes are always wet and red rimmed. I'm like, what are you, Satan's? He just always looks a little, and they was going off on Twitter. They calling him what's the one that Precious, my precious, Gollum. They say he looked like Gollum. I was like, a little bit. I could see Gollum. Ashley, like I said, tried to pull on our heartstrings with this whole miscarriage thing. I'm sorry that you had a miscarriage. You had one in your early 20s. Was it from Michael, or I don't know why somebody didn't yell that out. I guess their uterus not as cold as yours, because you definitely would have asked one of them ladies on the other side of that couch. If they had told you that they had an additional miscarriage when they was in their 20s, you would have blurted out, was it from your husband? Okay, but I guess their uteruses are just a little bit warmer than yours, huh, Ashley? Michael trying to demand an apology from Karen. Karen was like, if you don't kiss all, okay, of the golden part of my ass, the mustardy colors on my head, you don't kiss all of it. I love it that Ray got Michael together and told him, listen, you know you got some business issues too. You see, he left that business subject all together, didn't you? He went right on to something else. I wonder why. Then, that was basically it. Karen has served Ashley with a cease and desist because she was on Watch What Happened Live trying to be descriptive about this whole Blue Eye thing, and it's all rumors. They trying to push it off on Matt and saying that Matt is talking around town. Well, if Matt is talking around town, why wouldn't you come to your girl with that and say, girl, I don't believe it. I don't perpetuate it. But your boy is around here spreading rumors and lies and saying this and that. And this is not the first time we have heard that Sharice say he be dogging you. And Candace say she heard him talking about all of us, girl. So I'm just saying, keep your eye on that one. Like, why wouldn't you do that? instead of taking what he said and talking about it with 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 different people and then bringing it up on camera. And now you're trying to make it seem like it was all Matt. It was Matt. Maybe it was Matt. Maybe Matt got pulled a break, but you guys was behind it, pushing it all the way downhill. All right. And that's just what it is. I don't like Ashley. I don't like Michael. Okay, and both of them can kiss all of the blackest part of my behind. I just do not like how self-satisfied she's acting. She's out of control. And if you older girls do not grab her by that wig, by that raggedy wig that she wears, and get her all the way together, this girl is going to end up making y'all all look like a fool and ending up with her own show. And leaving you toodles in the loo, like toodle. I'm being silly now, y'all. Anyway, let me get off this thing. That's all we had to talk about. This is it. They tried to have a little bit of reconciliation there at the end. Monique got emotional about Ashley losing her baby because she had a miscarriage. Gizelle has absolutely positively no feelings whatsoever. I don't believe that Sherman is trying to get back with her. She tried to make it seem like she got Sherman all the way together. I think Sherman tried to pull up because he didn't want that he didn't want folks to know he was getting Georgia Dome. He didn't want all that coming out. There's probably a little bit more out there about him too. And Robin, boo. Why are you there? Why are you there? Why are you there with that pink lipstick and that purple dress? Or is it blue? I don't know. You don't even, it's whatever. Yeah, you guys, that is Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It was kind of lackluster. It was just, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.